Thank you very much. Rick, have a seat, sir. Rick Nelson. We're going to continue with The Tonight Show. We'll talk with Rick right after this brief commercial pause. Very nice. Thank you, sir. Very nice. Thank you very much. Welcome back to The Tonight Show. Rick Nelson is here, along with Franklin Ajayi and Kurt Thomas. It's a real pleasure for me to meet you because I spent a lot of my time watching you on your show and so forth, and very, very impressed with you being here. Thank you so much for that. Let me ask you about where you're living now. I guess you moved out of Mom and Dad's place.
Yeah.
Yeah. And is this possible that you purchased a home owned by Errol Flynn?
Yeah, well, it was a house that he built off of, right overlooking Hollywood, or the valley, really.
Is this, now, to my way of thinking, Errol Flynn's house has got to be enormous, huh?
It's good size, It is.
How big would it be? Do you know it like in square feet?
I have no idea.
Yeah.
I don't. No, it's, I know he built it around, I think, 1938 or 9, something like that. And it's kind of interesting because my dad used to play tennis up there at his house, And my mom said, I know when it was in escrow and stuff, it was his favorite house, And I hadn't realized that, But it's got a real good feeling, and it's, got a lot of pool there.
He, I think, was an unusual person, or we were led to believe he had a rather colorful life. Do you have any...
a lot of mirrors.
Mirrors, are there? Where would, like on the medicine chest, mirrors there, or...
No, there's a mirror over the bed,
That's unusual?
It is for me. I would never get one.
Yeah, I got one up in the garage, but that's as close as
I can never get the stick on this one. Dangerous.
And are there secret passages or any of that?
There are, yeah. It's a room now, but it used to be a sun deck, and he used to have a little hole there, and he'd look into the living room and be able to see who was there,
So he always had a pretty good idea of folks coming and going in his house?
Yeah, he did.
Yeah. Do you get are there tourists still? Well, I guess now maybe there would be tourists coming up there to see you, but do you still get...
No, nobody writes me.
No? You don't get letters?
No, I get it. Yeah, I had a couple.
What a pathetic development this is, ladies and gentlemen.
No, it's kind of in its own area, so it's pretty well protected in that way,
Fairly well secluded?
Yeah.
I just put a bid in. I'm kind of keeping my fingers crossed. I just put a bid in on the old Bob Eubanks place. So, hoping that goes through.
Have a lot of secret passage?
Oh, I'm sure Bob would, yeah. And buzzers and horns and bonus rounds and things like that. Now, when I first became aware of you, it seemed like you broke into the music part of show business right after Elvis Presley did.
Yeah, I did. I was 16 at the time.
Yeah.
And I got to know Elvis, and it was really nice because I got to be in on the whole beginnings of rock and roll.
Yeah.
And I went to Hollywood High School, and regular school, happens to be in Hollywood. But
they have mirrors on the ceiling there.
Just on the walls.
Well, did you know Elvis at all? Did you guys...
I got to know him very well. Yeah, I really did. And we were real good friends. We used to play football games together. He'd have teams, and I remember and I used to go out and play, just to have some exercise, and over at UCLA there. And so he invited us to come and play his team. And we drove down to this park and drove by these guys that, they had uniforms, and they were real serious about it,
Yeah.
And we're going, no, that can't be. No, really, they're warming up and everything, doing the whole thing. And so we played, and it was like the Rose Bowl or something. People were flying through the air, and it was, it was a serious game for a while. It went on and on and on.
How old was he now? If you were 16 around this time, how old was that?
I think he's about 5 years older.
Yeah. Did you become just casual friends, or did you ever socialize, or football?
I socialized a lot with him, and I got to know him real well. And, when he'd come into town and stuff. And I liked him a lot.
Yeah.
I really did.
Was he easy to talk to and hang around with?
Very easy. It was a good thing because it was like we could really relate, Nobody had anything prove to each other, or there were, you know what I mean? And
did your parents like him, or did they say, you just stay away from that Elvis? He's
oh no, sure, they like him.
Now, this other song that you're going to do, is there something we should know about this before you get into it?
It's from my new album.
Okay.
You know, and
what's the matter?
the round.
Oh, this one. Oh, I thought maybe someone had swiped your guitar. The name of the album is Playing to Win, and this particular selection is here off
Yes,
the
it
album.
is. And,
Terrific.
It was written by Dorsey and Johnny Burnett, who were also friends of mine.
Oh, yes, the Burnett brothers? Okay, wonderful.
Title, Believe What You Say.
Believe
What You Say.
Believe What You Say. Rick Nelson, ladies and gentlemen. From